All right, Shalom, Shalom. First things first, I'm going to give our honor and praise unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Karkadash, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Ba'ashem Karkadash. We give double honors to our apostle elders, which are apostle elders at Great Millstone, until you hopeful elect on the four corners of the planet Earth that's pushing this truth with all sincerity, honesty, and faith. May Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai seal his elect and strengthen his hopeful elect in these last days, man. We're going to jump right into it, and that's why we always give double honors to our apostle elders, which have taught us this truth and honesty and faith, all right, because these things are coming to pass, and we're just witnessing it now. So those that didn't believe, they thought this truth was a joke or something to play with. Now they're seeing that it's coming to light, man. And more things are going to come to pass that the apostle elders have spoke of through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So we're going to jump right into it, man. Things are getting bleak. Things are getting bleak. The title of this video probably "The Windows Are Dark." It's not looking good. Something on those lines. I haven't figured it out yet, so we're just gonna jump into it. So the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, is predicting that the crisis through the coronavirus is not going to be good, man. They said this is the worst. It's called a contraction. They're going to go into some of the words, but if you brothers want to listen, they make a point about the Great Depression. This is worse. This is way worse, all right, because the Great Depression, there was a way to get out of it. This one, there's no way to get out of it because the elites don't want a way to get out of it. They don't want the dollar to make it. All right, this is the killing. This is the controlled demolition of the dollar as a worldwide reserve currency. All right, just like Esau controls demolition buildings, it's just the same way he's controlled demolition this dollar. All right, he's got to drop it gradually. That's why this pandemic is out. The racial tension, they got to have a good reason for this dollar to go, okay? So we're going to play this video, and I'm going to stop it along the way, go through some precepts, and then, Lord willing, this is edifying for you out across the face of the earth, man, because this truth is spreading, man, and it's going to affect everybody in the earth because the United, and it's beautiful because the dollar is a worldwide reserve currency. So if it drops, it's going to be a worldwide reserve crisis, all right? Because that new dollar, that new form of money is going to be that digital, the cryptocurrency, okay? That's why the Bitcoin is at a set point. You know, that might be one of the things they use, blockchain, different things like that. But I'm going to play this video and enjoy, Akim. It's beautiful times we live in.
International Monetary Fund's announcement that the global And we leave the program with the International Monetary Fund's announcement that the global economic downturn due to the coronavirus pandemic will be worse than initial estimates.
So compared to the April World Economic Outlook, we are projecting a deeper downturn in 2020 and a slower recovery in 2021. So growth for 2020 is projected at minus 4.9%, which is 1.9 percentage points below our April forecast. Now, this reflects the fact that in the first half, economic outcomes came in somewhat worse than we had anticipated. And because there is no medical solution, we are expecting social distancing to persist for a longer time into the second half of this year.
And in downgrading the growth forecast for 2021, the IMF expects a growth rate of 5.4% instead of earlier estimates of 5.8%. The fund is predicting an 8% contraction in the United States in 2020, while the Eurozone economy will decline by 10.2%. Brazil will take a 9.1% hit, with the economy of Mexico shrinking by as much as 10.5% just this year. Now, the organization also pointed to a catastrophic toll on the labor market due to the pandemic, saying the decline in work hours for the second quarter will be the equivalent of losing 300 million full-time jobs worldwide. The fund's chief economist also spoke about the unpredictable nature of the
300 million worldwide. Come on, man. 300 million. That's what happens when it says where you build your house on sand. Okay. Esau has built this monetary system on sand because he's always wanted it to crash because he's always wanted that chip to come in. So this is falling right along with the plans of the elites, man. This is a controlled demolition across the whole world. They want order ad chaos. So once they're going to bring in the chaos and then they're going to bring in the order. All right. They want the people to go crazy. You know, the money ain't right, rioting, looting. And then all of a sudden they're going to come in like Superman with this so-called solution to everybody's problem. You know, they're going to make it so worse that they're going to want to take anything that comes to them just to get relief or anything back to what it used to be. All right. but they're at least going to offer some more. They're going to make it more. They're going to give clean energy, different things that they're going to make these people take the chip for. Okay, it's not going to be people are going to line up for this chip. That's why it says it's going to try the righteous, because it says if it be possible, they shall deceive the very elect. So they're going to do things that, if it is possible, they could get the elect. So it's going to, if they could almost get the elect, and the elect should be the ones with a mindset. Lord willing, I can go into that in another lesson, a GMS closer look, just, if it be possible. But there's going to be things happen that the elect, even them, are going to be able to be like, whoa, what's going on? But they're not going to be able to be taken, because they can't be taken out of Yahweh's hands, man. All right?
Pandemic, making it difficult to judge where the world's economy will head in the near future.
So there's tremendous uncertainty around the forecast.
Look,
on the one hand,
look
you
at
could get
Issachar,
positive.
man. Issachar going hard for Babylon.
So there's tremendous uncertainty.
I don't know if this is an Edomite or
Economy
looks
will
like
head in the near
Issachar.
future.
Yeah, it look like Issachar somewhere. You see his whole arm. Babylon ain't coming through, man.
So there's tremendous uncertainty around the forecast. On the one hand, you could get positive news, you could have better news on vaccines and on treatments and greater policy support, and that can trigger a faster recovery. But on the other hand, there are important downside risks too, which is that the virus could come back up. You could have financial tightening that could lead.
So, which we're waiting on a second wave. We haven't got through the first one. They said we're in the thick of the first one because it's kicking back up. So the first one hasn't went away to say that we're past that one. So there's a second one already in the books. They already got it in the works. So this ain't going nowhere, man. This is going to be the trend. They're already telling you that social distancing is going to be the new norm. That's why you go in your stores. They already got the stickers printed up. Where they get them done so fast, man? To put to all the stores around the nation. They already got them done. They already had them done. I see masks that are personalized, printed with companies' names and logos on it, man. I mean, I know the mask industry is getting it, but that was relatively fast, man. I'm talking about some stores I see, they got their logos printed on the mask that they hand out to employees, man. So this thing is now turning into the norm. They've already printed out the things. I went to a gas station. I asked the lady, "Are you guys going to be taking down the glass, because they built the glass frame to keep germs in between?" And the lady said, "Nah, the boss is going to keep it up." So this ain't going nowhere, man. This is going to stay. This is going to be the new norm.
Distress.
And for more on this, let's bring in some expert analysis from CEO, Quill Intelligence, and former Fed insider Daniel DiMartino Booth, and host of Economic Update, Professor Richard Wolff.
That's it on that. We're not going to go into it. I'll post a video so you brothers can jump into it if you want. But they're just going to go in and pretty much just get into the specifics of what's happening with the economy. So it's not looking good. This is worse than the Great Depression. I think they say it on here. I think the Edomite dude says it.
Joining us today, now Professor Wolff.
No, I think my hat goes off to the IMF for being able and willing to correct their own, now we can see rosy projections, and to take into account how serious this is. I'm in the position of having to tell my colleagues here in the United States that this is the worst collapse of capitalism since the Great Depression of the 1930s. We don't know how deep it'll cut. We don't know how long it'll last. But one thing we know.
This is Amalek telling you that too. He's an Amalekite. So you gotta listen, man. He said him and his friends. Who's his friends? They know what's going on.
We don't know how deep it'll cut. We don't know how long it'll last. But one thing we know for sure is that it is already the most severe contraction. And if history is any guide, the ramifications of that will last and hurt us for years to come.
See that? It says it's going to hurt for years to come. So this is going to be projected for a long time, man. All right. Because these dollars got to crash. They got to control demolition. So they got to bring in this new reserve currency. So they're not wasting time, because the Lord's not wasting time. He said, for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So if those days are shortened, that means Esau's being pushed. The more Esau pushes towards that goal of that chip, because once he starts implementing that chip on a wide scale, making it mandatory, He's going to force the Lord's hand, and then that's it. That's it, man. So we waiting on these last little moments of glory of Esau. It ain't even glory. It's a dwindling. It's a candle in the wind, man. All right. If you know what I mean, it's a candle in the wind. It's a matter of time before that candle is blown out, man. So let's go in. This is the book of Ecclesiastes. This is the book of Ecclesiastes 12:3. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 3. And it says, and in that day, it says, in the day when the keepers of the house, and who's the keepers? These bankers, these international bankers, those that are in the financial. All right, they're the keepers. If we look up the word keepers, what is that? Shamar. All right, that's the word shamar. All right, the word shamar, it means to keep, guard, observe, the observers. Is this guy not a financial observer? She's also a financial observer because they're the one. Listen, look how they introduce her.
I think
it might be much.
Watch this.
Would have financial
From CEO. And for more on this, let's bring.
distress.
And for more on this, let's bring in some expert analysis from CEO.
Analysis. If you analyze something if you're analyzing something, that means you have to watch over it, look at it. So these are lookers. These are some of those keepers, man. All right. The old girl and the guy are keepers. They're observers. They're watchers of the finance industry. All right. Shamar. They're shamaring the money. Okay. It says to keep guard, observe. They're observers. Give heed, to keep, have, charge of, to keep guard, keep watch and ward, protect, safe life. Watchmen. So they are the watchmen of the economy. Okay, these are the watchmen. Majority him. He's one of the watchmen of the economy. He's an Amalekite. His profession is economics and looking how money works, man. All right, a lot of these bankers and so-called Jews, they deal with that money. All right, so Shamar, the watchers, the watchmen of money. Let's read it again. As it is, it says in the day when the watchmen of the house shall tremble, and they're not looking good, man. They're not telling you. They're saying, hey, something's getting ready to happen. It's not. This is worse than the Great Depression. The Great Depression was horrible, man. The Great Depression, you had food lines, you had Edomites jumping out of buildings. All right. The keepers of the house, the Bayah, shall tremble. All right. Zawan, Zawan, if I'm not mistaken. Zawah. Yep. Zawah. It says to tremble, quiver, quake, be in terror, to tremble, quake, to shake violently, cause to tremble. So these economical, they call it bubble or a contraction is worse than a Great Depression, because a contraction means it's pulling in, but then it's going to release. So once this thing releases and we actually see the damage of it, it says it's going to be worse than the Great Depression. Because this dollar is going to collapse totally, and it's not going to have a way to come back on its feet, man. It's just like a drunken man that's getting ready to fall. If you see a drunkard that's getting ready to fall, you know he's getting ready to fall. He got no control, no balance. Oh yeah, I got to get that. That's the spirit. Hold on. Let me pull it up real quick. The word there, this is Isaiah. It's already pulled up. This is the book of Isaiah 19 and 14. And it says, let me get down here, look, KGB says, the Lord has mingled a perverse spirit. And what's that perverse spirit? In the midst of Babylon, man. You have the lack of wisdom. You have Trump being made a mockery. These are the Lord is pervert. And then you have the homosexual. You still got this pride spirit that's out here. The Lord ain't dealing with no pride spirit, man. And it says, the Lord has mingled, that means mixed, a perverse spirit in the midst of thereof. And they have caused Egypt, who's Egypt? America, the modern day Egypt. All right. The word Egypt goes back to the word bondage, the place of bondage. That's why the Israelites were delivered out of Egypt, which was also known as the iron furnace. What do you do with an iron furnace? You smoke things. Iron furnace can handle high heat, just like America is also an iron furnace. It says to err in every work. That means everything that Babylon is doing, it's not going right. As a drunker man, as a drunk man staggereth in his vomit. So that means, look, you about to fall, man. So this drunk man, which is Esau, is about to fall. He don't know he's intoxicated because he's been drinking his own juice, man. He thought he believed. What did Biggie tell you? Or they so-called the people, the Jake in the world, they said you never get high on your own supply, man. Okay, Esau got high on his own supply. Man, I gotta do a video, man. Esau is feeling himself because he's drinking his own juice, man. All right, Esau is drinking his own juice and he's gone off of it, man. All right, Lord willing, I'm gonna do another video. This says how tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease. Grinder means work, so this is touching about economics. All right. And it says, and in that day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. That means that there ain't much jobs to do. That's what you're seeing. There's not much work that's going on. These financial watchers, the shamar of the money, is telling you that it's not looking good, man. That there's not much hope in the future. Because once this coronavirus really set in, the second wave come, really, you know how many people back to work, how many businesses are closed down. We don't know the damage because the Lord is closing shop on Babylon, man. The time of visitation is at hand. All right. The Lord is visiting the sins, and the sins that they're still doing. They're still killing Jake in the street. Cops themselves are choking out Jake with their knee in the street, man. This is James 5:1. It says, go now, ye rich men, weep and howl, for your misery shall come upon you. So all you ones that live in that money, you go after that money, you're getting ready to go through miseries, man. And we're not rich men. So we're not speaking to you, Jakes, because you're not known as rich men. All right? You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are far from rich. The only thing you're rich in is rich in faith. All right? And that goes to the hopeful elect. The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that are attached and cleaved unto Jacob, man. All right, you're the ones that are rich and promised riches. The rest of 2/3, they're broke, man. They're broke and then broke. They're double losers, man. They're not losers in the spirit because they're Israelites, but they're losing on this side physically in Esau's kingdom, man. Because they don't want to come back to the Lord and bow themselves down under the yoke of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's why it says, take my yoke, because my yoke is easy. You got to bond yourself under something. You either bonded under sin in this world, or you bonded under Yahweh Shem Yahushua and become a prisoner of hope, man. That's what you got to be. You got to be one of those two things. You either got to be a prisoner of hope, or you got to be under the bondage of sin and under the world, man. All right. It says, go now, ye rich men, weep and howl, for your miseries shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupt, and your garments are moth-eaten. That means all the riches you got, it ain't got nothing back in it. It's weak. It's disintegrating, and that's this economy you see today, and you see before you. It don't got the juice, man. All right, it's not making quota. This is Isaiah 24 and verse 2. You got a list of precepts, man, but it's already going on a little longer than needed. But hey, the point is there. The point is there. This is Isaiah 24 and verse 2. It says, and it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master. As with the maids, so with her mistress. As with the buyer, so with the seller. As with the lender, so with the borrower. And as with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury. The land shall be utterly empty. So the Lord's going to do a number here, man. So that's why that's a financial crisis, because it says so with the lender, so with the borrower. The borrower is supposed to be below the lender, because the lender is the one that has the power. So it's going to be, the Lord said all of those are going to be equal, because we don't have a financial crisis, man. That's going to be of a biblical proportion, because the Lord is bringing it, man. That's going to bring in Jacob's trouble. That's going to usher in a lot of the last little bit of these prophecies, man. All right. So what looks bad to the world is good to us, because this is more signs and more wonders for us getting up out of here, man. And the Lord willing to be a part of that great number to start the world to come, man. So with that, I want to give all honor and praise unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash. Shalom, Akim, keep faith, keep fighting. We almost there. Shalom.